For my garbage person of the week, I don't have a person, I'm cheating. I have the entire state of Florida. You're all going in the trash, or at least mostly your political representatives. If you just live there, I guess you're not responsible. There is gerrymandering and all that. There's a few different reasons that Florida could be going in the trash that it's not specifically going. Like for instance, when they passed their new bill banning trans women and girls in school sports, they were just another state to do that recently. Isn't that fun? They care. They care so much about young people and about women's sports that they just had to do that. It could be because they just today, I think, or last night passed their elections bill that adds new restrictions to voting. Because a lot of people voted and they can't have it. They don't want that. And so they're striking back in a ton of different ways to make it as difficult as possible to vote. But then there's this on top, and this is just sort of petty and stupid. So the Florida legislature passed a bill yesterday that would ban schools from requiring students to provide proof of a COVID-19 vaccination. Because of course they're going to. That is one of the things that Republicans care the most about, is making sure that people don't get the vaccine. The issue is that State schools in Florida already require students to submit proof of vaccinations and immunizations in order to attend public school, and they have for literally decades. For a ton of different things. You have to show that you have the required shots for the measles, mumps, rubella, polio, chickenpox, hepatitis B, and multiple others. So far as I know, none of these Republicans, whether they're voters or the legislators, have ever had a problem with that. But now it's like trendy to pretend that it's some big issue that a kid would have to get a shot so that the kid doesn't get sick, doesn't get other kids sick. Oh, I don't know, gets their 75-year-old social studies teacher sick and then they die. Now it's crazy. It's so see-through. It's so pathetic, these little distractions that they will come up with. And I feel somewhat vindicated that like last December, I predicted that they were gonna turn hard against the vaccines, and everybody said that was crazy. They wouldn't do that because it's Trump's vaccine. Why would they do that? But they're doing it. They're doing it at multiple levels of government. They're doing it throughout right-wing media. It's going to get more people sick. More people will needlessly die. What a terrible state government. Thanks, Florida.
The extra rotting banana peel on that lump of garbage is that simultaneously they want Trump to get more credit for the vaccine.
Yep, and they want him to get the credit and they don't want you to get the vaccine.
Ungrateful. It is a terrible, terrible, terrible vaccine that I'm not really buying, and I think it's dangerous and it went too fast. But why are you not thanking Trump for the vaccine itself and specifically the speed at which it became available?
That really suspicious, scary speed that he deserves endless credit for. It doesn't make any sense.
So stupid.
Florida. Anyway, Florida's the worst.
It's where my wife was born.
That's on the list. Anyway, no, that's where my mom lives. I've had a lot of great Christmases in Florida, but your state government absolutely sucks. But those are our garbage people. But what about you? Well, every week we ask the community to nominate and eventually vote on garbage people. 29,000 of you voted this week. And coming in at number 5 with 5% of the vote, Dave Grossman, for indoctrinating cops across America with his killology system. Really, community? He got 5th? That guy's really bad. Anyway,
name recognition.
That's possible. No, and number 4 with 7% of the vote, Rick Santorum for his racist remarks towards Native Americans. Those comments were terrible, and it's a reminder to me that, wow, that was this week. Man, a lot has happened this week. I had completely forgotten about that. Coming in number 3 with 9% of the vote, Ted Cruz for sleeping during Biden's speech, then joking about it. So people are more mad at Ted Cruz for sleeping than Dave Grossman for his killing stuff. Anyway, coming in number 2 with 16% of the vote, Arizona's GOP for conducting an unnecessary and secret election audit. It has been a complete joke so far. But by far at number 1 this week, 63% of the vote for the Colorado cops for brutalizing a woman with dementia and then laughing about it. It is really hard to argue against that. That is really rough. That is really garbage. And thank you to the 29,000 of you who voted. Very much appreciated.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.